Hey, what's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, coming at you live from my garage. And this is the Fantasy Footballin Show. Tonight's episode, the Week 7 Fantasy Footballin on a Budget. So this is a long one relative to the previous ones. And what this is our waiver wire show. And it's called, on a budget because you start off with $100 in a lot of leagues. Free agency budget, fab. And so it's all going to be in priority, but I am going to assign a monetary value to each player. And, that's just a basic idea of what I would bid. People's opinions vary greatly on that. Just add a couple bucks. I usually don't like to do whole numbers, even though I'm going to say 25 bucks. I'd probably do 27, just because I want to go to sleep peacefully thinking that I got that person or a better chance or whatever. So I'm going to start off with running backs. Kenyon Drake, Gus Edwards. So J.K. Dobbins got held out in the second half. His knee tightened up, which is the last thing that you want to hear about that. So, even if he comes back, you can't see. He wasn't really getting a full workload anyways. So there's a lot of rushing opportunities in Baltimore still. And we've seen the Drake show before. Really. And he'll be good. He has a couple good games, a lot of bad games. He's usually pretty inefficient, but man, I was watching the highlights and he looked great. So maybe, something's different this year with him. But I would spend some money on Gus Edwards as well. So Gus Edwards should be coming back soon. I think I read somewhere that he is on the cusp of starting practicing again. And hey man, Gus Edwards was the man back in the day. So I'd spend 25 bucks on Kenyon Drake, and then Gus Edwards, I would probably just, spend whatever you're comfortable with. I'm probably going to try to get him for $5 or less. But yeah, so anyways, dude, Drake went 10 for 119 and a touchdown, and caught a pass. So you could see maybe, I would think maybe Drake would be more like the third down back in the future and Gus take over that lead role by the time our playoffs come around, which is the important stuff. So spend some money on Gus Edwards. Next up, talk of the weekend. Darrell Henderson took his place. Cam Akers is out. Personal reasons. Football reasons, apparently. So they're trying to trade him, last I heard. And that left the door open for Darrell Henderson, who did okay. He didn't really get a lot of opportunities, even though they had the lead most of the game. So I was, I started him, and I was saved by him getting a touchdown. So, but before the season started, they drafted Kyren Williams. I think he's a third-round rookie, and he was, 6 to 8 weeks on IR or whatever. There's a fly chasing me, and that was 5 weeks ago. So he's going to start practicing soon. They loved him. He was all the hype. He was like Adam Schefter's baby and stuff before. I hate Adam Schefter, but he does have some good fantasy football picks sometimes, and that was one of them. So, hey, if you're sitting pretty, go get, what's his name? Oh, Kyren Williams, and add him to your IR. So I don't have that luxury right now because I'm a Tua owner, and I've got other stuff going on. I'm just clawing and scratching. I'm not sitting pretty. Luck has been bad this year. But it's okay, man. You just never stop fighting because by the end of the year, you make playoffs and then your team's ready to go anyways. Let's see. Next up. Oh, yeah. I'd spend $15 on Kyren Williams because I think he's only 3% owned right now. But, dude, the chatter is ridiculous. So if you're spending $10, you're kind of risking not getting him. Maybe 15, you probably actually get him. Deion Jackson. I talked about this guy last week. I watched the game. Jonathan Taylor was out. And I was like, who is the first play? I was like, man, this guy popped off the screen for me. Deion Jackson, he's little, but man, he runs hard. And he catches a lot of passes right now. He went, 12 for 42 with the touchdown, 10 for 79. I know he had 10 targets too. So, Nyheim Hines was out. But this guy looks better than anybody else. So, if I was a JTT owner, I'd pick this guy up. I'd hold on to him, start him when JTT's not there. But the scary thing is, I keep on calling him JTT because Jonathan Taylor Thomas. But the scary thing is, is that he could eat into Jonathan. You know, they might not. Jonathan Taylor, man, was living off of 30-something carries a game. That might not be the case with this guy being very capable and Jonathan Taylor being injured and coming back from that. So, I mean, hey, if you're desperate for running backs, this guy might be great. And if you're a JTT owner, pick him up. $5 I'd spend on Deion Jackson just because, you know, Jonathan Taylor's coming back. Isaiah Pacheco, $1. He only went 2 for 9, but it's one of these lottery tickets, man. Like, there's a chance that Isaiah Pacheco can just get on a roll and they're going to feed him. Not now, and I know it's all McKinnon, but, I mean, he's got 2 glass cannons in front of him. So, and this guy is, like, built, like, he's heavy. He's built differently. He runs hard. I still like Isaiah Pacheco. And I'd spend $1 on him. And then another lottery ticket, Jaylen Warren. So he only went 2 for 2, 2 rushes for 2 yards. Najee went 14 for 42 and 2 for 7, 2 receptions for 7 yards and a touchdown. So they were getting Najee more involved this game. I think that was probably, a concerted effort, especially with his plate coming out of his foot. So, I mean, maybe it isn't a coincidence that, he was saying that there was a plate in his foot the whole time, but he was still pretty inefficient. So we didn't get to see Jaylen Warren in the passing game like we have been, but I would still pick him up. I mean, they even won that game with a super inefficient Najee Harris. So going forward, they're probably going to stick with Najee, maybe feed him for a couple more games until they just can't take it anymore. Maybe they want to see what he's like without the plate in his foot. But I'm still picking up Jaylen Warren if I can. So those are all my running backs. It's not a lot, so you can see the value. That's why you want to spend a lot more on the running backs than you do on wide receivers. So starting off with the wide receivers, Robbie Anderson, Rondale Moore. I mean, Rondale Moore was on our waivers last week. Not anymore. And now that Hollywood Brown looks like he is out with a severe, they said it was a severe high ankle sprain, but now today it might be even worse than that. I mean, now I'm hearing like maybe season ending. And yeah, dude, Hopkins is coming back this week, but there's still, God, this fly is crazy right now. But there's still a lot of target. Man, Hollywood Brown was killing it. And it's not like Hopkins is running all these deep routes. So Rondale Moore, Robbie Anderson's a lottery ticket. It's just, you pick him up and you want to see what he's like. There's a good chance he doesn't do anything. Much rather have Rondale Moore, but there's a good chance he's not on your waiver wire anymore. Maybe even trade for Rondale Moore. I'd spend $10 on Robbie Anderson. I'd spend more on Rondale Moore, but I'm assuming he's not there. I'd spend like $25 on Rondale Moore. Next up, Josh Reynolds. 28 targets, 1 touchdown over the last 3 games. It just came off their bye. People were talking about him a lot. Now they're not really talking about him. Amon-Ra is still getting healthy. And so they're going to feature Josh Reynolds. And, man, he's killing it. Until Jameis Williams gets there, I think Josh Reynolds is a flex play. So, I mean, and man, and a lot of people drop Goff over the bye. If you want to pick up Goff and Reynolds, I mean, that's a realistic stack that could win you games off the waiver wire, which is like insane. So check that out. I'd spend $10 on Josh Reynolds. Next up is Wan'Dale Robinson. He's a second-round rookie for the Giants. And it was his first game since we played week 1, got injured for like 4 weeks, came back. He had 3 for 37, 4 targets and a touchdown. And if you know anything about the Giants, their wide receiver core is decimated. So if they have, their new coaching staff with their new rookie who's already getting involved, could be a good flex play going forward, potential for a wide receiver 2 in the future. I'd spend $5 on Wan'Dale Robinson. Next up, Tyquan Thornton, second-round pick. This was, a big deal for New England when he was coming out. He was like the first New England wide receiver that wasn't previously a quarterback, The first New England wide receiver with, like, crazy physical metrics. So, Tyquan Thornton, I've been keeping my eye on him. He went 4 for 37, 1 touchdown. This is his second game, by the way, of the year. And so he was 4 for 37, 1 touchdown. And then he had 3 rushes for 16 yards and a touchdown. So you can look for this. I mean, they're lacking, they need trick plays and stuff like that in this offense. And they're still coming up with this, inventing on the fly with these two defensive coaches calling offensive plays. So anyways, Tyquan Thornton, he's a new toy for them. He's worth picking up and watching. I wouldn't start him immediately, but if he's consistently getting stuff like this over 3 weeks, he might be, a lineup lock for that team. I'd spend $5 on him. Same kind of thing with this guy coming up, and I'm very interested to see how this plays out with the J.K. Dobbins injury after a full week of practice. Devin Duvernay, I was talking about him last week. He only went 1 for 14, but he had 5 targets. He has 17 targets over the last 3 games, and he was, he had like 5 or 6 rushes that one game. And if you watch him play, I'm telling you, man, he looks awesome. He looks awesome. He's buff, he's jacked, and he is super fast. So, and when he runs the ball, God, dude, this fly is like landing on everything. I'm gonna try to kill it real fast. I think I did. I got that on video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Take a break for like and subscribe to this video. Hey, shout out to Shawn Michaels, the 21st subscriber. That was amazing. Now 22 is my favorite number. Let's get it there, dude. It'd be awesome. Actually, and Jason sent me a text. We got a advertisement on one of our videos. I had to look that up. Apparently, I can't. There's maybe our thumbnails, like I don't have copyright over our thumbnails, so they can put advertisements on our videos. So this is just another motivation. I need to get our technology going, man. I need to get a computer. I don't even have a computer. So I can start making my own thumbnails, and then they can't be putting ads on this crap. That was very upsetting. I was trying to get a hold of YouTube for like 6 hours. Anyways, Duvernay, pick him up, spend $5 on him. Who knows? He might be rushing the ball quite a bit. It's kind of a lottery ticket. I just like him. Chase Claypool is up next. He's had 9 and 7 targets with 1 touchdown with Pickett so far over the last 2 games. I thought it was going to be, the George Pickens show, but hey, man, Chase Claypool is huge and fast, and he has been waiting to break out for a long time. Looks like it might be happening with a new quarterback. They just beat Tampa Bay featuring Claypool. So Claypool is worth a pickup. $5 on Claypool. Next up, Hardman, 4 for 73 last week, 3 for 42 and a touchdown this week. I mean, you're still looking for, Juju's kind of been doing great, but you're still looking for a wide receiver to break out of there other than Kelsey. So Hardman might be worth picking up. $1 on him. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 21 targets over the last 3. And his like half-point PPR score has been 9.5, 7, 9. It's not bad. And then Watson's going to be coming back soon, so he's a guy to look out for. Spend $1 on him. And then another, a reminder, Jameson Williams, if he's out there, pick him up because he's going to be coming back, I think, within the next month. And he's going to be coming back to the Lions. He'll probably be the number 3 wide receiver right off the bat, but could hopefully be number 2 soon. And he's supposed to be super, 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 super talented. All right, so that's it for that. Next up, tight ends. I was like, hey, Dulcich, whatever this guy's name, Greg Dulcich, 3rd-round rookie for the Broncos. First game playing tonight with Russell Wilson. He got 3 targets last time I checked with a touchdown, 44 yards. So, dude, Russell Wilson has been targeting those tight ends, and they have not been doing well. So maybe this rookie is going to catch these targets. $10 I'd spend on Greg Dulcich. Could do a lot worse than that. And then something to pay attention to with Don't Worry, Be Zappy. Hunter Henry. He's had 4 targets, 5 targets, 7 targets, 1 touchdown with Zappy over the last 3 games. So, we were wondering which tight end was going to be the dude for New England with Mac Jones. And it was kind of like whatever with that. But it looks like Zappy likes Hunter Henry, so that's good. $7 on Henry I'd spend. And then that Bellinger guy, the rookie for 4th-round rookie for the Giants. Again, they have no receiving core. But he went 5 for 38 and a touchdown versus Baltimore, so he's worth picking up and, paying attention to because he's a rookie on a team with no options. And then I'd spend $3 on Bellinger and then $1 on Ferguson, 4 for 40 with a touchdown. He's a tight end for Dallas. Just pick him up and pay attention to Schultz. If Schultz isn't healthy, it looks like you can start this guy. That's it for that. Quarterbacks. Mariota. I spent $1 on. Dude, so this is his points. 19, 12, 15, 3, 17, 24 versus Buffalo. And if you know anything about the quarterbacks I've been starting, they haven't finished the first quarter. So this, I would take Mariota. Hey, if I saw this five weeks ago, I'd be like, hey, sign me up for Mariota. And I would have won a couple games because of it. So, hey, man, Mariota is looking like he's going to be kind of, a low ceiling, high floor quarterback probably. And then Matt Ryan, he threw for 389 yards, 3 touchdowns. So, but if you look at his points, 17, 1, 14, 26, 29. So he's actually been doing, except for just 2 stinkers, he's actually been doing okay. And as a Michael Pittman owner, I've got to pay attention to this because I would love that stack, but I'm hoping that Tua comes back and just starts, picks up where he left off. So that was a very long one, but hey, man, it's it's getting to the middle of the season, and you're fighting for your life. So you just kind of got to go through sift through the dirt to find the diamonds, Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you could please like and subscribe, that'd be amazing. Like, seriously, it was like the best thing ever. And if you don't like it, there's a thumbs down button too. And you can leave comments of what you like and what you don't like. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And good luck with your waivers. It'll be tomorrow night, but hey, at least you get some information to think about. Later.